is there any show that you like, or even just like from your childhood, or just that you know that you're like, don't reboot this?
Yeah, The Fresh Prince.
Dog, you in it. You in it already.
And then we did it.
Yup, it's TMZ Verify the podcast. I'm Wyld.
I'm Steph.
And normally we just let our guests look a little crazy on the side and they stare at us as we're like.
They go, do I introduce myself?
I was about to try to jump.
Go ahead, man. Just jump in. Go ahead.
And I'm Jordan L. Jones. I play jazz on the new Bel-Air.
Jordan L. Jones in the building, y'all. Make some noise.
Yeah,
Three people in the room.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jordan, bro, you here because season 3 premiere,
Yes.
Bel-Air, August 15th.
August 15th, Thursday.
Today. This
So-
drops on Thursday.
Okay, got you.
Today, August 15th.
Oh, shit. Okay. August 15th. Today.
Today.
Drops today.
Today.
Yes. Hopefully you guys are watching.
Jordan, I gotta tell you though, because like I'm a Bel-Air fan, man. I'm a little bit worried about season 3. Let me tell you
Worried.
why. Let me tell you
Worried
why.
about it.
Because season 1 and 2, it was like during the school year, so you got to see like all the crazy relationship stuff that went down.
Yes.
Season
Yes.
3 is the summertime, right?
It is.
It's a little different though.
Yeah, less clothing.
Sure.
Oh my
All right,
God.
other than less clothing, tell us about season 3, bro. What do we got to look forward to?
Man, Jabari says that, Jabari who plays Wyld on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show, he says that it is Fast and the Furious mixed with a Notebook. Completely contrasting
Oh, so
ideas,
romance.
right?
Yeah, damn.
But it's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I think that kind of like with every show,
Right.
it's kind of like a sport. Like your freshman year, there's nothing that you have to like worry about.
right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like this is your first year, so you have nothing to worry about. You can just kind of play freely. That was our season 1, where it's kind of like lightning in a bottle. We're just doing stuff like, fuck it, let's do it.
Right.
Season 2, you kind of like start overthinking because you kind of want it to be better than the first.
Mhm.
So not that anything is bad or season 2 is bad or anything, but it was like, okay, now we're going to try some new stuff. Season 3, I think we really got our footing. I
Got
think that like, you know, as us as actors, like we all know our characters, all the writers know exactly how like they want the plot to go. And I mean, we started shooting season 3 in January. So like, I'm just happy that it's out.
Done, wrap.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's about to be crazy.
Do you relate to your character at all?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You
Dude, I always say art imitates life.
Yeah.
Like my character is pretty much me.
Oh,
Like
I love
from
that.
South
I love
LA,
Uh,
you know, not letting, you know, the crowd kind of change who you are.
right.
Even like my relationship like with Jabari is crazy. It's very similar to the show. Like he came from Philly,
Right.
and like the first day we like hit it off. I'm kind of like showing him LA.
Oh, that's
So it
what's up.
really is
Yeah.
very similar to the show.
Yeah.
I remember season 2, he like stays on my couch like during the transition from season 1 to season 2, and I thought that they like were spying on us because he actually did that like
This
in
man
real
was really
life.
sleeping on my
Like,
couch.
he stayed with me, and then like we come back to shoot season 2, and
It's the
it's
same,
the same
story.
thing, and I'm like, did we tell y'all that this happened? They're like, no.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Art imitates life all the time.
Right.
That's so
Crazy.
cool.
So I heard you say something in an interview where you said like you didn't base your jazz off of the OG jazz from the OG Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
So who is like this cat? Like
This-
where do you get the inspiration from? Like when you go in there every day, you like, yo, I'm this jazz. Who is that jazz?
That's a good question. I mean, like I want to say like me, but it's not completely me.
Right.
I think that I've taken certain aspects of my life and added it to the character, but you know, it's like not like I could act like DJ Jazzy Jeff because
Right.
the show is completely different. The characters are the same, and the relationships between the characters are similar, but like plot wise and humor wise, like it doesn't even match. So like I guess like what I brought was just, you know, just certain things that I guess that I've been through to kind of make this character jazz. But even my friends and stuff, like they say that like, you know, the characters you.
Kind of you. Right.
I think in real life I'm like more goofy though.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Since he's so similar to you, what was like the audition process like? Do you think the casting people were like, oh my God, this is literally
Yeah,
him?
I mean, like, actually, that's what happened, but I didn't think that's what happened.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that I didn't get the role
Mm.
because, like, I've been in certain situations where, you know, the director will ask you to do it so many different times, and that's because they want to see, like, kind of like, can you take direction and this and that. So when I'm doing the audition, I like did the audition one time, and they were just like, okay, thank you. And so when I left, I
damn.
called
so
my mom.
you thought you didn't get it?
Yeah,
Yo, make
I
you
thought
think
they were
the
Oh
same
my God,
thing,
I would
though.
freak
Yeah.
Yo,
out.
thanks for your time, bruh. Like,
I thought they were pushing me on, you know, so they
yeah.
can get to the next thing. So I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I did not get it. And she's like, why? I'm like, they didn't ask me any questions, whatever. Fast forward, I get the role and I'm talking to the showrunner, Morgan, and I'm like, he's like, yo, how'd you feel like when you got the role? I was like, I didn't think that I got it.
Right.
Like, you didn't ask me anything. And his answer was similar to like you. And it was like, we, like, kind of when you got on the screen, we knew it was you. So, like, we had other stuff to do.
They knew.
So it's like, all right, cool. We got him.
Let's go.
Yeah. So that was cool. Also nerve-wracking, but.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So you brought up your mom, and I wasn't even gonna bring this up. Your mom is like super established actor.
Man,
like,
mom's is popping too.
Your mom's is popping.
Yeah.
Like, but how do you feel like you got the Nepo baby thing going on right now? How do you feel about the whole Nepo conversation? Like, do you think it's like take it or leave it? You work with what you work with, or like, because you're in that space, and a lot of the criticism is going to be like, you only in that space because your mom famous. Like, how do you tackle that Nepo criticism?
I mean, it's crazy. If you look at the timeline though, you would know that like, you know, my mom wasn't like popping like that. We kind of are like on the same trajectory.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if you really pay attention, like the people who say that don't know what they're talking about, basically. It's not like my mom was like this huge actor as I was growing up and then decided to act and she gives me roles that never ever happened.
Yeah.
Like, I auditioned for everything that I've ever gotten. My mom hasn't helped me with any role, like given me something ever. Like my mom had to, because my mom was a single mother, she had to like sacrifice her acting career to put me through school. And it was weird like how God works or the universe works. It's like right when I graduated college, it was like, okay, now you did your job. So now my mom started popping off like right there. She was couple movies. My mom right now is in a show called The Oval.
I'm like, the Oval, man. We all
But like that kind of happened right as like Bel-Air
that's only a kind of recent show.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, you know, I got anything from all. Even my mom plays my mom on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
And my mom, I don't know, she weird like that. Like she didn't tell me. And it's like I didn't even get a chance to be like, yo, like this is my mom, like cast her. Like she already had sent her tape in and stuff. So after she had done all the work, I was like, yo, just so you know, like that's actually my mom. So like, you know, you can take that, you know.
Yeah, by the way, that's my mom.
You're really playing this character. They go, we're gonna give him his exact mom.
Man, crazy. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy working with my mom, but like she wasn't like, it wasn't like, yo, get me on the show. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So people can talk and say whatever they want, but like, you know, it doesn't bother me if it's literally not true.
So now that you're like an established actor, young, by the time you are, I don't know, in the next couple years, you're gonna be popping. Do you foresee yourself like, if you have kids that want to get into business, would you help your kids out?
Yeah, I think I'm like my mom. My mom didn't want me to act, not in a non-supportive way, but she just knows like this journey is like so tumultuous and like it's one of the few professions of no to where it's like you can be great for the role and they love you and you still don't get it. Like actually that happens the majority of the time. So my mom at first was like not supportive, but more like, you sure you don't want to do nothing else? Like what that. So I think I might just have that just as a parent because you never want your kid to like go through certain struggles and see your kid struggle.
Fair.
If you can kind of, I guess, decide at the end of the day, like if my kids do get into it, that's really their choice. And I'll help them, whatever.
I am hardcore helping my kids with everything. I don't care. If they want to work at TMZ, let me call up Harvey Levin. Harvey,
whatever you want to do.
Like, yeah, Harvey,
I
please,
feel that. That's
my
real.
Kids, man. Like,
that's real.
Yeah, I ain't work this hard to have my kids struggle too. No, that's together.
Real.
Go ahead, Steph.
Real.
Sorry.
Is that what inspired you to be an actor? Like watching her being a kid, her being an actress? Is that what like inspired you to do it?
Crazy. No, not at all. Because me and my mom are like different actors. Like I'm more like I was in a sitcom.
Yeah.
Like I'm like more funny. Like my mom is more dramatic. So when I saw stuff my mom was in, that actually didn't like make me want to act. I think like I was just like a class clown, and I just I thought that it was cool. I think my first audition I ever went on when I was 17, I got the commercial. It was like a NFL like Sports Authority commercial, and so I was just like, I love this. I think it's easy. It wasn't obviously, but like I think that was giving me the bug. Just like, oh wow, like I'm up here like kind of just being myself and charismatic, and people like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, I like this. At first, you know, I think we all have those dreams as kids, like, I want to go to the NBA or like the NFL.
Yeah.
But I noticed, like, I had good friends. They were like, nah, bro, like, honestly, I'm better than you, and I'm probably not going to NBA.
Hey, like, bro, the dream is killed. Like, you ain't going to be in the league.
Like, cool. So I started being funny.
Shit, we need friends like that to be like, bro, them league dreams ain't happening.
For real.
At all. You've been in Bel-Air, obviously now the show's in its third season, but you've been kind of like in this like acting grind for a minute. Question: what's the most expensive thing you've ever bought yourself? Like after you landed your first nice ass gig, what was that like one thing where you're like, damn, I'm copping this for myself?
Wow, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, if you my mature and real answer is my house and my car.
Okay.
See, I was going to say the car, but I didn't really want to throw out the fact that you drive a nice ass car.
Right.
That's like a good ass investment though, bro.
And the crazy thing was, I wanted to buy a car first.
Yeah.
The car I have is one of the same cars in Uncle Phil's like car garage. It's obviously not.
You want to say what it is?
Porsche Taycan.
Fancy.
Profound Porsche Taycan. No? But I was like, man, I want this car. But like, thank God for my mom. I think what's funny is like my first show, it was my first time like seeing a certain amount of money. So I was just like doing stupid. I was doing stupid shit. Like I was pulling out cash all the time, like going to Vegas, like
at the club,
in the club,
and
like
shit. Right.
it was so stupid. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. I was like, I'm not a rapper. but after that, sometimes I think I'm the type of person that's like, I gotta bump my own head sometimes in order for me to get the lesson. Even though I shouldn't have to. But this go around, my mom was like, Jordan, you're gonna buy property first before you buy a car. And I said, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to listen to you this time.
Right.
And it all worked out. I'm glad I did listen to her. But yeah, I think that those are my most proud, but also like definitely like most expensive things that I have.
Good ass investment.
Yeah,
for sure.
Where do you guys film?
Universal.
Universal.
So some people also don't understand that like. So Universal Studios, when you come out here and you go to the theme park, it's the same exact place as Universal Studios where we shoot, which is where like, you go on the tram and you can see. Sometimes I'm waving to the tram people.
Oh,
It's so cool. But yeah, we shoot at Universal Studios in the back lot.
Damn,
I bet a bunch of people think it's Bel-Air.
Not really in Bel-Air.
I bet you.
I mean, it's close. If you're from
If you're from
Wichita,
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, it might as well be Bel-Air. Like,
literally, it's all the same
but
thing.
yeah, it's not in Bel-Air.
Way to throw Pennsylvania under the bus.
I'm from Philly, so
I know.
He did that.
Wait, are you from California?
Look, I was born in Dallas, Texas.
Okay,
right?
Dallas.
But I'm 31.
Yeah.
I was like, I moved here when I was 5 years old.
Oh, so you from California.
Even my Dallas family is sometimes like, you're from LA.
But
I still rep Dallas, Fort Worth, stand
Right.
up. You know what I'm saying? But, I go there I've never spent a Christmas in LA. It's always Dallas. Because my whole family, only me and my mom live out here.
Same shit for me.
Yeah, so I go to Dallas every year to see my family.
There have been a lot of conversations about like reboots, whether they're good or not, whether we should just leave some shit alone. Yeah. There's like a Martin prequel coming. You're actively in a reboot right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're like, do you think reboots are good? Let's just start there. Like, do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's like kind of, a lot of people say it's recycling old material or recycling old concepts. What do you stand on that issue? Like, do you think it's good? Do you think it works?
Great question, by the way. I think that my answer now is different because I'm a part of a show that at first I turned the audition down because I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like,
you turned it down?
I turned it down because I love the Fresh Prince.
Right, classic.
And so at first I didn't get the whole like, it's kind of like a dramatic take and all that. I just got like kind of like a short character breakdown, like, like Jazz, the new Fresh Prince. I'm like, hell no. Like, I don't want to butcher this show.
Not with
this
sad-ass Fresh Prince show. Yeah, right, I get you.
And then my manager had called me the next day, and that never happens, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, if you talk to your manager or your agent about an audition, you guys go back and forth, and then you guys make a decision, usually, like, the next day, they don't call you back.
Yeah.
But he did. It was like, I can't let you pass. Then I got the script. Then I saw the difference. Then I auditioned.
Right.
And then, now, lo and behold, like, I'm Jazz. But I will say that, like, if you do it correctly, at first I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
And I'm not trying to gas our show, but I think that we do a good job of, the relationships and the character names are the same, but the plot and things are different and captivating, and it's also a different genre. It's not a comedy, it's drama. So, take that whatever, however you want to take it. But I think that there is a way and there's a formula to making a reboot like great. I think you kind of just have to put your own twist on it and not do like the same exact thing that we kind of already have.
That we've seen, yeah.
Because at first it was like, even me, I was like, man, how is this even gonna come out?
Bro, we was all worried. Like, they didn't turn Fresh Prince into a soap opera. Like that's the vibe. Like, yeah, no. It's a
and
great
I was
show,
with
though.
you.
The
I was
show
like,
is lit.
man, how this gonna turn out?
Right.
And then the trailer dropped and everybody was like,
It's crazy. It's so good,
yeah.
dog. All right, now another question. Is there any show that you like, or even just like from your childhood, or just that you know that you're like, don't reboot this? Like, is there any show that you feel like they should not reboot at all?
Yeah, The Fresh Prince.
Dog, you in it. You in it already.
And then we did it. So, but like, my answer is that because, like, the old me would have been like, oh yeah, don't ever touch this. But now I can't really speak like that because I'm literally a part of something
Right.
that defied the odds.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, don't touch that, don't touch that.
Yeah,
because I think one of the main shows to not touch was Fresh Prince.
Definitely Fresh Prince, yeah.
And we killing it, you know? So, you know, with the Martin, I heard about that. I don't know too much about that, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. You know,
I mean, it's a
love
prequel,
Martin.
so I guess we're supposed to see like young Martin.
Okay, it's a
young
prequel.
Pam.
Okay.
So it's not really like a reboot, it'll be a prequel. So
Okay.
kind of like a whole different show, but
Okay, see? You see how like there's I didn't know that by the way. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But maybe that, you know,
They
we're
kind of
gonna
adjusted
see
the concept
things.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda, all
To
right.
where you're not really trying to wait on certain scenes and stuff
Certain
from
moments. Right.
that. Like I know in our show, everybody's like, I think they're over the whole like, when you gonna get thrown out the house, Jack?
Yeah, right. Wait a minute.
And I'm like, look, dude, it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense for the story. Otherwise, it's cheesy
You
as
know,
fuck.
and I don't get that as much now because
Yeah.
kind of like we've branched off. We start off with like the characters and stuff have the same names, but now we're kind of our own kind of thing now.
Yeah.
So I think I love that individuality, even though it is a like I hate calling it a reboot, a revamp.
All right, a revamp.
A reimagining.
Reimagining,
Yeah,
yeah. All right. So your character and your character's relationship with Hillary has kind of changed a lot in the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
Do you like your character's like character arc?
Absolutely.
Or do you hate it?
I mean, I'm just thankful because, you know, when I first got this role, like I know like the character like Jazz is like, you know, it's like, you know, it's Wyld, it's like Wyld, Carlton, Uncle Phil, like it's a kind of long list of people in an ensemble cast.
Right.
So just the fact that like, you know, I came out season 1 and I got the feedback that I did with the fans and stuff like that, just I guess just subconsciously like the writers start to write me in more because people want to see that.
like
so
it,
I'm blessed for that because it's not something that, you know, I ask for. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there any specific like projects that you want to work on in terms of like, do you want to get into movies next, or what's?
For sure. I think I say this too, I don't want to be cliche, but I want to be I want to be a movie star, like that's the goal. And like Will Smith.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Just because I'll say Will Smith, like Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, like one thing about those three is like you can't box them in.
For sure, yeah.
Like, you know, Will Smith can do, you know, Fresh Prince comedy, he can do I Am Legend sci-fi.
Drama,
you know,
yeah.
Bad Boys, action, Pursuit of Happiness.
Right,
like
right.
he can play characters, King Richard. Like he can do everything and you don't look at him and go, like that was okay. I'd rather him do
Right. Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
a good
some
example.
like certain people.
Yeah.
So it's like that's my goal. And what I love about Bel-Air is that my character is funny sometimes. He's like smooth and he's insecure.
Yeah.
And then like he's cool sometimes. Like there's some action in this one.
Yeah.
In this season. So I like how they show me in all these different ways because that's like the end goal for me.
That makes
so
sense.
yeah.
So are there any actors, just speaking of like kind of your future and your trajectory, is there anybody that you're specifically like, yo, I would love to, don't say Will Smith. That's easy. Anybody that you're like, I would love to work with this person at some point in my career?
Yeah, you know, I would love to work with Damson Idris.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I think that Damson Idris is a phenomenal actor. I got the chance to work with him on one episode of Snowfall.
Yeah.
He was so nice. He was so great. And he was dropping me gems and stuff at lunch, too. So he's always been, you know, so kind to me. And I just really admire his work.
Right.
His work ethic, his work in general. Like, sometimes you, like, see, like, he's British, so it's like, I'll be like, dang, like, you play like Black American better than like half of
Black American.
I'm like, I really thought you was from here. And so that is I admire that a lot.
Yeah.
For real. So, one day I would love to work with him for sure.
All right, now I got to ask you about that just because you brought it up. So there's been this conversation like amongst actors that are like Black American actors, and then there are like British actors that play Black Americans on film.
Yeah.
And a lot of the criticism is that like the British Black actors are taking the jobs away from like the American Black actors. Do you feel like that? Like, does it feel like that? I mean, I don't act, so I don't know. But like, is that the general consensus? Like, is it?
If you believe that, like, sure, like that's your opinion, right?
Yeah.
But I think like good is good.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
if he come over and he's playing the role better than whoever else auditioned, Idris Elba and Daddy's Little Girls was phenomenal.
Good, bro. Yeah,
I didn't even know.
We didn't even know Idris Elba wasn't Black American until like 10 years ago.
And that's what makes it like, like you actually are playing this role so well that you're fooling people. Like when I'm Jazz, it's like I'm not fooling people. Yes, I'm playing a character, but I'm not fooling people.
Yeah.
Like Damson Idris is like I thought that he was for sure like South Central.
Like yeah.
Yes, and then it made me go like watch a whole bunch of his other stuff, and I think that it doesn't matter if you're good. It'll be different if like they were coming over and like playing the role bad. Yeah. Like Jonathan Boyega, he was in Imperial Dreams. I was on Netflix scrolling. He was on this thing. I was like, man, who this new Black actor, man? I Google him. Like, sometimes I'm like, of course, because he was so good. You watch an
interview and you like, damn, of course.
Sometimes I see like, man, I don't know this actor, but he's really good.
Really good. He got to be British.
He got to be British. Like, I look up and be like, I knew it. I knew it. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind at all. Like, talent is talent. So yeah.
I want to ask a specific question. When I think about like these sitcoms or especially like reboots or remakes or whatever, are you guys actually friends in real life? I know you and Will are best friends, but in terms of like the other people, or is it just like, okay, because there's some people in there we're best friends and then some that we're not.
Yeah.
Who else are you close with that you hang out on the weekends?
Dude, I'm close with everybody.
Okay,
I promise I'm not making that up. Like everybody on the set, close with. And I think that it's weird too, because at the end of the day, like we're having so much fun and it makes the chemistry better on screen.
For sure,
which is cool because like half the time we learn the lines, I'm like, I would have said this shit anyway. Like, but like it's actually like the opposite to where like we got kind of so close in the first season. Now it's kind of like, who about to switch up now? Because like this is kind of weird. And at the end of the day, like I love what I do, but it's still a job.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I go to my job and after I clock out, say, all right, see y'all tomorrow, I'm not a dick or nothing, Like, I'm just going home and then I come back to work. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
But from the first day, like even when I shot my scene with Jabari, like we hung out that night.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's weird. I think it really comes down to like our casting. Like, shout out Vicky Thomas, like our cast director.
She's like, she did a really good job.
Yeah, because like I couldn't have picked this exact group.
Yeah.
And we are close. Like I'm in a group chat with all of them.
Oh, that's what's up.
We talk every day.
I always
And so it's like, it's kind of crazy. And then people like, we'll be out eating, stuff like that. And
then you're all together.
And then people would like can we take a picture? Cool. And then at the end be like, man, y'all actually friends, man. That's cool. And I'm like, like
that's what's up. Yeah,
sure. I mean, for me, it's easy. It's like, okay, I'm with you like half my life right now.
Yeah.
And so like, we trying to get something to eat now.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You want to go out together?
Yeah.
Like it's like that. So it's very natural because it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just thankful that happens, and I tell them that too. I've told Ali and Jabari that, but they're like, this don't happen all the time.
Right.
So this is like lightning in a bottle. So just just be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I feel like a lot of actors these days are on like TikTok, Instagram heavy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need to be, because you young still?
I do.
You like you gotta be like on fucking TikTok hitting the wall, like bro, like how do you? Is it like pressure now?
Yes, it's terrible pressure. Yeah. Like I'm not like I post on my Instagram, but I don't post as much as I probably should.
Right.
I don't TikTok as much as I probably should, just because like sometimes I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
But then and it's not even like pressure, but it's like I should post.
You just
more.
think you should.
I know I should
document this.
I should. Yes, it's like that people getting paid for Snapchat and all type of stuff.
Well, yeah.
And like I'm looking at like, you know, Ali and Simone are very good at TikTok. Akira, who plays Ashley,
yeah.
like, they're so good at it. And like I feel like sometimes I feel old. Like I was talking to Akira. Akira plays Ashley on the show, and she's 17.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel old because like I'll be on Instagram. I think that this is normal. Like I'm on Instagram scrolling. She's like, "You still scroll on Instagram?" I said, "What?"
I guess we old.
Oh my god.
Yo, right? She was like, "Yeah, TikTok." Like she's like, basically, that's giving Facebook or MySpace.
Oh
I
no.
said-
Oh wow.
I said, "You're
Yeah.
kidding me." I was like, "You're not gonna do me like that." Like, cause everybody's still on Instagram. I thought, like, I'm like, what?
No, only people your age, bro. So me too.
Dude, she called me old.
I
Like,
think they
I'm
just go on
old.
there, post, and leave.
Yeah, the kids they don't stay on there anymore.
They don't.
Oh damn.
But I'm thinking, like, I'm seeing all these likes and all my information I'm getting from Instagram.
He goes, I'm
Like-
still getting likes.
Yeah,
He goes, I
like,
pull out my
I'm getting
newspaper
likes,
every
like-
morning. Every morning I whip out the newspaper.
And then I'm starting to see, like, man, I don't even get like I get TikTok, but I gotta
Right.
like really like stay in
Yeah,
there,
it's a commitment.
understand it. I'll like text like Ali and Akira. I'll be like, yo, so what's the trend right now?
I'm
Yeah.
crying.
Like, she was like, it's supposed to just pop up on your thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't think my algorithm, like, like it's so much to
It's
do.
just a whole bunch of stuff that we too old for.
Mhm.
I want to get back to Bel-Air real quick. Season 3 is dropping today. Viewers are already excited. Everybody's been talking about it on Twitter. They're trying to figure out like what's going to happen next. We can't tell us much, obviously.
Mhm.
What is some things that viewers can look forward to? Like, is it like
This is
what can you give us?
okay. I'll give you. I'm gonna try.
All right.
Like the plot and like the cliffhangers and like the open-ended questions that you may have, like that's all going to happen.
Okay, so we will get answers to some questions.
Some,
Oh shit.
but we're gonna have you on the edge of your seat.
All
Like
right.
I said, it's like Fast and the Furious mixed with a Notebook.
Right.
So it's more romance in this.
I like
You know,
that.
it
It's
gets-
I like that.
summertime.
It
Y'all ain't got
is.
nothing else to do but hook
Like
up
I
with each
said, a
other.
little less clothes.
Yes.
And it's like a little more action too.
Okay.
It's like more stakes
Mhm.
are involved, especially with my character, and that's what I'm also really looking forward to in this one. Season 1, it was like Jazz was like the guru, like he can do no wrong. He gives
Yeah.
the advice. Season 2, you see these layers of Jazz where you see his insecurities within his
Mhm. Yeah,
relationship.
for sure.
Season 3, I think we do a great job of keeping those first 2, but also just on an individual basis. Like, what does Jazz believe in? What does he stand for? What is he going
Right.
to fight for in this season? So you get to see an even deeper look at Jazz and just how he's navigating
Yeah.
kind of with this, keep in mind, it's like Hillary's still in it. LaMarcus is still in it. So, like,
love
episode
triangle,
episode
they
1, if
start
y'all seen
triangulating
episode
again.
1, you'll see a good ending.
Oh,
the ending for
love saga
episode 1.
continues.
I can't wait to see what people think. For
Alright.
real.
Fast and the Furious in the Notebook.
Crazy, huh? Doesn't even make sense.
Probably like some baby boy mixed in there too. You know what I'm saying? Just like a little hodgepodge of all the shows.
A little bit. Like
A little baby boy, a little
bit.
Yvette, a little something, something. It is LA. It's
Yeah.
kind of California area.
Yeah.
I'm crying. Baby boy. I'm going to start throwing that in there. now.
Yeah, just mix it in through the whole mix. All right, Jordan. Normally when we have
Yes.
interviews, we do this thing called like shit we heard on the internet. So we like asked you about like messy shit we've heard on the internet. But we couldn't really find that much messy shit about you.
I get that a lot. I guess I'm clean.
Okay, who are you freaking? Because why can we not find this information?
Right.
Like, are you like super private with your personal life? Okay, cool. Like, you live down the street from me, so I'm going to see you at
No,
the nearest
actually.
Chick-fil-A. Like,
That's true. Look, man, I don't look.
how do you do that
I
though?
don't-
Like, because you're famous at this point. Like, how do you balance having a personal life and a very public life?
I don't like think about it.
Okay.
Really. Like I know a lot of people who do like think about that, but like
Uh,
I'm very normal. Like I'm
Okay.
very normal. So like sometimes I have to kind of be reminded, like in a way, like who I am.
yeah.
Cause like I'll be outside acting a fool,
Uh-huh.
and they'll be like, "Yo, do you know who you are?" Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Hold on, I need to get it together. But it's not like something that like I mean, of course, like I'm trying my best to be as private as possible because
Right.
like if I just start dating somebody or something, like Instagram and all my followers in the world don't
Mhm.
have to know, like.
Mhm.
Right. True. Yeah. yeah
But that's
yeah.
just kind of how I've always been, regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't even think that it's a like, oh, like now that I'm this,
yeah.
I act a certain way. I don't. Maybe God just blessing me.
You just been
'cause He
chilling.
like, man,
That's all it
I don't
is.
need them to know this yet.
Okay.
All right.
You know, I saw you walking hand in hand a couple. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was like, who? Tell me.
I'm joking. I'm
Tell
lying.
me.
I'm
Who
lying.
I was walking with.
Jordan L. Jones, y'all. The third season of Bel-Air is streaming right now on Peacock. Jordan, thanks a lot for joining us, bro.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
All right, peace.
Yeah.